Here it goes. Nobody knows. Still it shows that I'm staying on my toes. When they try to knock me down, I don't even frown. I don't give them the satisfaction. They can see I'm not acting. So, getting into it today. Thought for today, what I gotta say is the importance of having positive support around you in anything you do. People that are true to your mission, true to your goals. That's really hard to find out here. It's more valuable than all the money, all the gold, all the material. If you want to get to anywhere you want to be in life, the people you have around you are going to be one of the biggest influences on whatever happens. So, going to look at how thoughts affect your life, even if it's other people's thoughts. Going to take a look at the subconscious mind and how it has thought patterns and how these affect the world and the way we move around in the world. Going to take a look at basically the limitations or the heights that you can reach when you understand and you can control this subconscious and conscious mind and the thoughts. Gonna look at the fact that how important it is to be around positive thinking people, and how harmful it can be to be around negative thinking people. Basically, gonna end it up on some steps to take, some actions to do to make sure that the people around you are positive. So me myself, I've been through this all too many times. It's like a repeating theme in my life, it seems to be. Even before I really understood this, there was like an intuition that I had that I got this, but I just didn't get it up until, I would have to say, recently. So that's really what I'm trying to do here with this channel, is help people out, help people with the lessons that I've learned, help people see some things that I've seen, so that they can do great things in their life, so that they don't have to fall into these traps. And I would have to say, I've pretty much like grew up in a situation where, for whatever reason, people told me I was stupid. People told me I wasn't gonna amount to anything. People told me like, I should like just like work at jobs that I didn't want to work at. Like, people would tell me like stuff like, I don't want to take responsibility for my life, but then at the end of the day, they weren't trying to give me any responsibility. So, looking back, it was a rough times, right? But really, I mean, that molded me into who I am now. If I had like just gone along with what everybody told me I should do, what everybody thought of me, I mean, I would be miserable, right? Like I would be just like, I wouldn't be like a tenth of where I'm at right now as far as progress I've made. I would be just, like normal people, doing what normal people do. So that's what I'm trying to show to you, is that there's much more to this, really, because, I got to a point in my life where I was like, okay, I was taking steps to really start to get to where I want to be. Started with like my business and everything like that. Started to see some like positive things happen, really, when I kind of like, I was still around a lot of people that, didn't think much of me, didn't think I was like, a successful person because I didn't have a certain amount of money or a certain type of job, even though I knew at the end of the day that I was a smart person. Like I knew I was capable of doing a lot. So I just pretty much had to like shut out the people around me, even though they were around me. And what this led to was, a lot of resistance, because I was still around these people, but I started making some progress. And when I started making more and more progress and started looking more and more into like these teachings that I'm teaching to you, that I learned, and I'm kind of putting my own spin on, so like a new generation can understand it better, or whoever, is really like I had to like get away from these people, right? Once I realized that, once I became like more and more aware of like, okay, like I got a lot of people around me just thinking really negative about me, and I feel like this is making a big impact on me. Well, what I did, I straight up moved. Like I just got my stuff and was out. I went to a new place, started working, kept doing what I was doing, and I noticed as soon as I got out from where I was, from around the people that were holding me down, that I just made so much progress. Like the rate I was making progress went from like a little bit every day to like a ton. Like I just grew so quick, and it was like a mental thing, like I was making so much progress. I was still, still seeing a lot of stumbling blocks. Still nothing was really like, you could say easy. I was like still trying to like in a way force things, which I learned, which is kind of like another topic. Learn to be more easy with life and more to go with the flow. So yeah, that was another lesson I learned, because most of the people around me that I grew up around, like they were just like, they don't go with the flow. They're like worrying all the time, doubting everything. Really kind of like paranoid and scared about like, other people around them, stuff like that. And me, like I'm a strong person. Like I don't get scared too easy. Like I'll stand up to something if it happens. Like I would rather talk it out, see what's up with a situation than like run from it. But sometimes you just gotta leave, and like that's really where I was at. So anyways, yeah, I made so much progress, and then I would after a couple years, like I really was like, wow, like look how far I've came. Like what's the next step? And then I would go back and I would visit the people that I used to be around, and I would just be like, wow. I'd be like, whoa, this makes so much sense, right? Like I can see where they're coming from with their issues, and like that really had nothing to do with me, even though I might have thought it at the time. That's just the way that they came up. That's just the way that their like subconscious thought patterns work and everything like that. So that helped me grow even more. I feel like, I would stay away for a while, then come back and like see my old people, and it would just like really open my eyes. Like certain things that I wasn't really aware of, it would just shed a lot of light on it. So like I realized like I had to take that in small doses though, like, and then like go back to what I was doing. So now really what I'm on is trying to like build a support system of like positive people, because I realize that when I'm around people, even if I'm not around them physically, like even if I'm just watching like a YouTube video of someone that is speaking positive stuff and talking about like motivational stuff, that really has a huge effect on me. So I can just like watch stuff like that, if I don't have anybody around me to help encourage me. But yeah, I mean that's just so huge, like people encouraging you to achieve what you want to achieve, and not putting a lot of worry and doubts in your head, and not looking down on you and stuff like that. So now I'm seeing like there's a good pattern that I got going, where I can like stay away for a while, make a lot of growth, get to a new level, and then I can go back and like see all the people, get a small dose of them, because it's like people I still care about and everything. So I'm not trying to like cut people out of my life like that. Like I still think we all have a lot to learn from each other. So I'm going back, checking things out, making more progress, and I'm just like seeing my growth like accelerate, and I'm getting it down like more and more dialed in to how I can keep growing faster and faster. And of course, there's like mistakes made along the way, but I just got to learn from it. Like it just makes me stronger all the time. I can't let it slow me down. So that's my own experience with the topic I'm bringing up today, thought for today. So yeah, really getting into it. Like I learned from one of the original teachings. I would have to say Think and Grow Rich. This book really taught me that like thoughts are things, like thoughts are energy, and if you put your mind to something, like that's like the biggest factor to really getting whatever it is you want in life, whether it's money, whether it's success, whether whatever it is, relationships, anything. Like you just have to have your like decide, make that decision, and have that thought. That thought is huge, and then you make that decision, and then you just focus on that, and you just stick to that, and get into this topic, it's really a bigger part of that is like, having good support, having people that don't doubt you, having people that realize that you're a good person, having people that want to see you succeed, and then you obviously would be doing the same thing for the other people around you, thinking good on them and everything, right? So yeah, it takes a very conscious person to pick up on this like thought energy. So like I can tell, a lot of people really are not really conscious. Like they don't even have that intention. Like a while back, I really had a strong intention to become more conscious. I really had a strong intention to like, expand my mind, like grow as a person. And now I'm just on a level where like I'll never stop. Like I'm just like moving every day closer and closer. Like so much momentum. So yeah, a lot of things you can do to stay conscious. Like I mean, it comes down to just like staying happy, like fresh air, eating quality food, staying hydrated. Like it's very simple things when you really think about it, but a lot of people really don't do this. A lot of people drink a lot of soda, a lot of people eat a lot of fast food, a lot of people, just don't really consider all this stuff, right? Like I see a lot of people even like fast food drive-throughs where they're getting fast food for their own body, but then they've got like a SUV that only takes premium gasoline. So yeah, I just think about that sometimes. Like that says a lot. So yeah, I mean, going off of that, people have subconscious thought patterns. Like a lot of this is something I mean everybody does, like even myself, and I wasn't even aware of it up until a couple years ago when I really started becoming more conscious. And there's still probably things, or there's definitely things that I'm doing that are slowing me down that I just don't see yet. That I just got to keep learning, keep growing. That over time this will become more apparent. So yeah, like these subconscious thought patterns are formed like a lot of times growing up, stuff like that, people that you're around. But yeah, you can just break into these things, even like put yourself in like a different situation in a different country in a different culture, and you'll start to notice yourself adjusting to that culture. Like these are very like subtle things, but they're very very powerful. So like yeah, going off of that, even we're much more affected by other people's thoughts than most of us think. Like knowing that like thoughts are things, and when people have intentions, and if people are thinking bad about you, right, if people don't want to see you succeed, if people are thinking a lot of bad things about you, like this is going to have an effect on you. I know it does on me. And I used to be really unaware of it, and I would just be like down a lot around a lot of people and didn't understand it, but now I'm just becoming more conscious of it, right? And yeah, just trusting my intuition more and more, knowing when I'm in a good place, knowing when I'm in a bad place. And for the most part, like a lot of people are doing this subconsciously, right? They don't even realize they're doing it. So they might be like really friendly to you, but then like have like bad feelings towards you, which happens a lot. So you just got to be careful for that, because they have a huge effect on us. Like the effect is like so massive. Like I mean, I really like if someone would have told me this like 10 years ago, I wouldn't have really A, understood it too well, or B, believed it that much, right? But now I'm seeing it pretty clear. So yeah, we have the power to really do pretty much anything that we put our minds to, right? Like once we become aware of our conscious and subconscious thoughts and the thought patterns, like, and we can focus our thoughts and our minds on what it is that we want in life, I mean, like, can do it. Like sky's the limit. Like we can really get it. Just gotta be aware. Just gotta be more conscious. Just gotta like stay on our path, stay on our goals. So yeah, when people around us want us to succeed, this has a huge positive effect. Like we'll feel better, we'll feel supported, we'll feel like, you know, less worry, less doubt. Things will just seem to like fall into place. Everything will seem to like happen for a reason and work out. Totally can tell we're just like growing and growing as people. Like you want to have people around you that want to see you grow, even if that means that at a certain point you might grow away from that person. Like a lot of times people are worried that if you like grow and you improve, that you're not going to want to be around them anymore. So they'll try to like hold you down and not want to see you grow as a person, because they think it might cause a drift in the relationship or whatever. But You can't worry about that. You can't be afraid of that. If it happens, it's meant to happen. You just gotta keep growing as a person so that you can help more people, so that more people can understand, so that more people can see, so that this world can be better, like less war, less aggression, less hatred. That's what I'm trying to see. I'm really trying to see more peace. I'm really trying to see more abundance out here. I'm really trying to see more people getting what they want so they're happy and that they don't have to like, hate on other people and think that they're not allowed to like have certain things in their life, stuff like that. So yeah, you really want to think positive about other people. And this is something like, just even if you don't really understand this, just try this as like an exercise, right? Like when you're around people, just think positive thoughts about them. Just think like, I want the best for this person. I want this person to like do whatever it is they want to do in life. Like I think this person's capable of doing whatever it is they want to do. And I think you will be surprised to find out that these people are going to want to be around you more. So if there's certain people that you want to be around in life, yeah, just send them positive thoughts, just send them good vibes and everything like that. And obviously the opposite would happen if you think bad around people. Like but not always, because sometimes you get around people that are also on these negative thought patterns, and like attracts to like. So if you think negative around people, you're going to find that those other negative thinking people are going to gravitate towards you, which obviously is not going to put you in a very positive direction. So people are always trying to really validate what they believe, right? This comes down to these unconscious thought patterns. So when people, think a certain person is bad, or people like think a certain person is like wrong or whatever, or think, a certain person is like up to no good, they're always going to be looking for like reasons to, see this in that person. They're always going to be like projecting that on people. And I notice like, when people around me think I'm a bad person, stuff like that, I start to like, have doubt. I start to like, see that people think that, and it makes me feel down, makes me feel bad. So I'm getting so much better at like recognizing that as soon as it happens. And just got to learn, and just got to like go through this stuff and really feel it out for yourself and use your intuition and trust it, because it's a lot of people out there like that. Unfortunately, I would have to say the majority of people are really not conscious about these kind of thought patterns. And we're living in a society where it seems like, dog eat dog, or like crabs in a barrel or whatever. Like the middle class, man, everyone's like, trying to step over each other to get ahead of each other. Just go out in rush hour traffic and you would see that very clearly. So yeah, if people don't think good on you, they're gonna keep trying to frame you into that belief. They're gonna keep trying to like find a way to like make themselves right. They're gonna keep like looking for a reason. They're gonna keep thinking bad about you. It's like, I remember I used to, when I was like younger, man, I used to like get followed around stores sometime. Like people like would maybe like, security, like I was gonna steal something or something, even though I never had that intention, right? As soon as someone starts following me, like I'm like doing something wrong, I'm like, oh, well, what am I doing wrong? Oh, they think I'm stealing something. And then I start thinking about like, what would I be stealing? And then it's like my thoughts pick up on that, and like I'm like, even though I'm not gonna steal anything, it's like I would have never even like thought about that if that person hadn't like followed me, like I was like doing something wrong in the first place, right? So yeah, you just got to keep it real. You just got to realize, like, be careful. Like, once you get better at this, you'll be able to, like, be around people and it won't affect you as much. But in the beginning, just, like, do your best to be conscious about this. So, if you are around people that think negative or doubt you, I think it's really better to, like, be alone. You can go on the internet, you can, like, look up motivational, like, speeches, you can all that kind of stuff, right? Like, and that's even if you're alone, you can still find like communicate with people online or whatever that are positive, so you can understand what it's like, and you'll just notice your mood will shift like so quick. A lot of good people out there that are trying to see other people succeed, trying to like put out positive thoughts in the world, trying to like make sure that other people get what they want and everything like that. So yeah, uh I'd say make a huge effort. Like the key to these teachings, like to take action, is like just make a huge effort to be around people that want you to succeed, right? And where can you find this? Like mastermind groups, mentors, people that are really like in the same field. Um, I noticed like just even when I first started like investing and trading a couple years ago, like at first, I was like telling a lot of people that I was like getting into trading, and they were all telling me like, "Oh, that's gambling." But then I would ask them about it, and they didn't, they've never done it. They said, no one ever wins with that. And I'm like, well, I've heard a lot of people online that understand it very well, and there's a method to it, and there's a lot of risk management. And if you do it right, it's not really gambling. But the more I would try to tell people this, the more they just like get frustrated and be telling me that I don't know what I'm talking about, stuff like that. But then once I started going into like, you know, uh, online mastermind groups and stuff like that with other traders, they'd all be like trying to help me. Everybody's trying to help each other, and I would just be making so much progress in my trading. We're getting so much better. And now I realize, like, like actions speak louder than words. Like, even though I know this is like I have a lot of knowledge about this and I can try to help people with this, at the end of the day, people aren't really trying to hear what I have to say. But pretty much every other trader has pretty much like been through this too, and I've heard them tell me about their experiences. What happens is like, they first started, they try to tell their people about it, and then no one's really trying to hear it. People are just trying to like put negative stuff on that. So, but once they actually like become successful with it and they start making a lot of money, then everybody's trying to like talk to them about how did they trade, how did they do it, and everyone's trying to talk to them about it. But as soon as they like try to bring it to somebody else, like no one's trying to hear it. So that's really a lesson that I've learned myself. So yeah, look for these groups, look for these people. They're out there. Like, it's definitely very important. Just got to be conscious. Got to be conscious about your own thoughts, and then you'll start to pick up on other influences around you. So yeah, that's about it for today. Hope you got some value out of what I had to say. Bringing it with no delay. Never could I go astray. They say the hotter the battle, the sweeter the victory. So I'm going to stick to these teachings, helping other people, bringing value. Blessings will keep flowing. Know the direction I'm going, so if you got some value, go ahead and hit the like. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. That's about it for right now. I'm out.